siyaloya thina ama-elephant are part of izinja zakini and ikhasi nelayo. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for choosing to watch this video, and if you are a golden oldie, a returnee, thank you so much for watching another video. I really appreciate you. I'm just so mad because I'm gonna talk about it on my vlog, obviously, because I have to start vlogging for my upcoming vacation. I'm leaving again. I'm in my travel era. I am leaving again in a few days, and you know, I was trying to film a video that I was going to post while I'm away, but manja, my problem is that I knocked my camera over and I might or might not have broken my lens. And yeah, like, I'm still not okay. I'm still not over it, because you know, like, why did it choose to happen today out of all days? I was just so pissed. In today's video, you know, I got this idea from Umpo. Why am I not remembering her surname? Umpo Ramapiri. She was like, girl, give us the tea about the US, give us the tea about America. You know, like, we don't see a lot like you talking about America, you know, you just don't. So like, give us something, you know. So I was like, actually, let me start creating content around, you know, being a girl living in America, and you know, just tell you guys about it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Like the videos, check my shit out, and let's get right into it. The first one that I feel like is the fact that they believe that we keep wild animals as pets. I have a friend, and you know what's valid? It happens a lot. You find people asking you if ama elephant are part of izinja zakini, and what are you talking about? you just have to accept it, you know, because as much as I don't think bahlakaniphile mina, you know. And you know what, I believe if they like lived in, you know, Africa, I'd like to believe they would want to keep wild animals as pets, because Americans really love animals. And yeah, the second one bothers me so much. The average American doesn't know that South Africa is an actual country. I'm at a point where I've gotten used to holding my breath when I tell someone that I'm from South Africa, and then they say they know South Africa, and then I ask them which part of South Africa they know, and then they'll probably say, it's either they're gonna tell me that they've been to Cape Town or they've been to Johannesburg. You rarely hear someone say they've been to Durban, but it's mostly Cape Town and Johannesburg. If they've really been there, they will tell you about, you know, Sandton, like Camps Bay, you know, like they'll tell you about, you know, like places in South Africa that are places, you know. And then you find those, which is like the majority, who will say, oh, I've been to Kenya, or oh, I really want to go to Zimbabwe. And it's like, Sandasam, it's a sport. And Mina, I've just conditioned myself to just go with the flow. If the person says they're from they went to Zimbabwe, I will entertain them and ask them where they went and what they did and end the conversation. I'm not gonna try to correct you or like entertain you, because that is like another sport that I'm not willing to play. And yeah, the third thing, it's not something that they say or like ask, it's something that they do. I feel like every white person does this, you know, even like back home. Mtase, lana it's actually extreme. The smile thing, you know, from a mile away. Umuntu uthe vela ekhoneni. Once wakubona nje ukuthi you black. Useqalile uyasmile. I kind of get it because most of the time they just don't want to be caught being racist. Baya smile, bayakubingelela. People around here are really polite, I guess. Sorry, do you work here? No, Barbara. Angisebenzi lana. Bayayithanda ke leyo nto leyo, especially the ones that will find you at the store and then bekali. Cause guys, what do you mean ukuthi ngisebenza lana when I'm wearing an orange t-shirt? Like, what do you mean? You know, but they really do they do that. Sometimes you will find people who will just want to be demeaning towards you. Umuntu approach it and be like, hey, sorry, do you work here? It's annoying, and if you want peace in your life, don't entertain it. This girl said, you know what, just said, you know, I thought you worked here, and then continue with your day because singapela. You speak really good English statements, or why is your English so good? Why is your accent so good? That is another annoying thing that we get from Americans sometimes. People here really think that Africans don't know English, and it's very, hey bandla, like, what can you say? It's not a compliment. If it is a compliment, it's a very like weird one. English is like part of our 11 or is it 12 official languages now, so like we speak English. What do you mean? We do get people who will say, oh, where did you study? Did you study in South Africa? Whoa, you guys speak really good English, you know, your accent, you have a British accent. And it's like, mtase, we were colonized, ganti. Also, like, like, I really don't get like eskoleni, like what do they actually learn, because they're very like misinformed about a lot of things. They don't know about a lot of things. Most of them don't know about the apartheid. Some people believe that Wakanda exists, and you will get questions about Wakanda. I've gotten questions about Wakanda, and yeah, Wakanda forever. Some people do believe that Wakanda is not fictional. Also, the magic thing, you know how, you know, like there was a little bit of magic. You do get asked about that. Siyaloya Tina. Hey. But not like that, you know, and you can't, you know, explain it. So, you know, Tina, we do it in a really twisted way. You know what, I see here because yeah, I see here. Americans think Africans are dumb. J. And if you are on Twitter, you will see when we have like a tour between you know, South Africans and like Americans, and we come for each other. You do find people who you know, people just really do believe that we are dumb or like asaziluto, and to me it just doesn't make sense most of the time. And you know, I just wonder, like, where do they get that? Like, how does it get to a point where you believe, you know, some people, I'm not saying but you know, like, what makes you think an entire like continent is just akuna next lana, you know? They just always, you'll find people who are always trying to like one up you, trying to quiz you on like general knowledge stuff, math, you know, and you know, like they just think we don't know. I've had a couple of incidents where, you know, like I'm trying to say something and you know, people be like, oh, you know about that, wow, what else do you know? And it's like, mtase ngfundile. What I've come to, which is like the greatest tip if you want to move to America at some point, it does work to your favor. When Zangati, you don't know anything, acting like you don't know anything, it does work in your favor at some points in your like during your stay in America. So you should consider that. Yabona nje mawuzoba ubaqwe ngaso sonke isikhathi, sometimes first kumele uzenze dom, and bayathanda ke ukuba ama-savior, benze ngathi bazi yonke into, bayayijabulela leyo nto leyo. Sometimes just allow them to believe also like you don't know anything, and it does get you a couple of favors. It does get you like special treatment sometimes. It's not nice, but you just get used to it. You just get used to letting it go and letting them believe that, you know, udom and I was an ex, and it's okay. For the people that know that Africa exists, they believe that Africa is tiny, and that mina I know Uokongo from Nigeria. For those that know that Africa exists, you will get a question that says, hey, do you know Michael? He's my buddy. Do you know my buddy from Nigeria? Oh, Michael. And it's like, Ndase, in Nigeria, ayiko next door. You know how, you know, when we fight on Twitter and people are like, you only have one computer, and it's like, highball. Then there's those ones that think we know Mandela personally. And they will try to like ask you like personal questions that you... Why are you asking me questions as if, you know, I've had dinner with this person, you know, like that's how they behave. And they get so shook and so confused when you ask them, Wutiwena, have you had dinner with Biden? Have you had dinner with Trump? Have you had dinner with Trump? You know, like they will just look at you confused. And it's like, dude, the way in Pilangayo Lana is they get so shocked actually when I tell them, Uguti, you know, life in South Africa is really similar to, you know, America. You know, there's not a lot of things, and I feel like Tina, as South Africans, our country is like way ahead as a third world country. Like zininga bizintola is a say move impilo, like our way of life iyafana neyalana. That's why I feel like for me now it wasn't really difficult to adapt to impilo yalana, because it feels, and I feel like also that's why I haven't been like making content about living in America, because for a huge part of last year I did feel like I never left, you know. And what made it worse was the fact that we have phones, we have social media, and I still kept in touch with people from back home. So for me now, it felt like I never left. It felt like if I want to see you tomorrow, I can just wake up and see you tomorrow. Like it's small things, little things that would remind me, Uti, I'm not in South Africa. Like it's not that bad, yabo. Another thing that you will get here is, you know, them thinking, as I did speak about that, Uti, you know, they think we are dumb, we don't know things. They will ask you, like, they think we don't know tech, they think we are not technologically advanced. We have instant payments. They will ask you, do you have Uber? Do you have iPhones back in South Africa? Do you have cars? Highball. Do you guys drive? The reason why I say sometimes if you want to, you can entertain them, is because when they ask you these questions, you can see that this person is not mocking you. They genuinely want to know, do you have cars in South Africa? Or do you use elephants and giraffes to get from point A to point B? They will ask you about a lot of other things that they think Asnazo and Bona they do have. I feel like at this point it's getting better, because, you know, people are learning about South Africa via the talent that we have here. Would you like to leave a tip? And it's like, that's like one of the top things that I don't like about living here. you pay for everything, they make you pay for everything, and you have to like tip. And nakhona itip yakhona like bafuna ukukalela umuntu ufuna ukukutshela, like the person wants to tell you okay, give me this much amount of money.
Why? Why?
It's so unhinged. I will never get used to it. Also, that's another thing, there's like a tip for everything, and there's some things that just don't make sense to tip for. Like, for example, why am I tipping you for giving me a massage? I will talk about it in a separate video and explain like why I just find it like really weird when it comes to the other services that people tip for here. But for example, why am I leaving a tip for giving me a massage? Because I've already paid the full amount, and I'm pretty sure that you are supposed to be getting paid from the money that I paid you. So why am I still paying above what I've already paid? Like, I just don't get it. I'll talk about it in another video. For example, I was making an example. I pay the 100 rands and maybe I give you a 10 rand tip. Uzoba confused. Like, what do you mean? Why umnikeza 10 rand as a tip? It's just that I don't have a till slip. I don't have a receipt right now. It gets to points where even guma receipts wabo, it's written that suggested tip 15%, 20%, 25%, and it's like, why? But yeah, if you wanna come here, just be prepared that you will tip to death. So that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see some more American content, living in America, and just talk about how it is, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Feel free to DM me on Instagram at me_zwane if you have other ideas that you would like for me to consider. If you have more questions, or if you have more I don't know, things that you would like for me to talk about in my videos about, you know, living in America, please feel free to DM me on Instagram. And yeah, like the video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Check my other videos out. I do have quite a bit of videos. I have story times, I have vlogs. Best believe you will enjoy my story times. I have playlists, so you can just go through my channel and, you know, check out all of the playlists that I've made, and, you know, everything is like carefully organized so that it would be easy to find the videos that you would like. And yeah, as I did say, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you in my next video.